How to do an intro, I just don't know. Okay, so hi, welcome to me being an awkward potato. Clearly I'm here to show you how to do things in front of an audience, because god damn, am I qualified or what? On the side I have your shoe cosplay with me. Give a cheer. Woo! She's here. Today I'm going to talk about how to do a cosplay skit with some tips and advice. There is no right way to do a cosplay performance. There is only the way that you want to do it, because it's all very personal and it's based on the taste that whoever's performing has, and that's the way it should be. Because imagine you had a cosplay show and everyone was doing the same skit for half an hour. That would be kind of boring in the end. Just like a little bit. Also, every creative progress can be very different from each person to person. So the things that I find logical might not be logical to you. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and then hopefully you'll be able to take some from this and use it in your own work. And if not, then you got to see me be awkward potato. Yay! When it comes to performing, different factors have to be taken into account, like what sort of competition are you entering in? Are you a group or solo? What specific rules are applying for said competition that you're in? And seeing as these factors changes the individual progress, I will be focusing on talking about like doing a performance as an overall thing here and not really go into specific details on what to do in a skit. Look at my giant hands. Oh my god. In general, this is a very, very big topic, so if you feel like there's something that I didn't quite explain well enough or something that I didn't actually talk about, you can always feel free to either comment on this video or send me a message on my Facebook page. Of course, you need an idea or some inspiration before starting on a cosplay skit, and this topic I will mostly be talking about in my other video, which will include the questions that some of you guys sent me over on Facebook. Yay! So if you are going to do a group performance, you will of course need a partner to be in a group with. And if you're going to participate in a competition for the World Cosplay Summit, the European Cosplay Gathering, or one of the other international cosplay competitions, it's a good idea to really consider who you are doing this with. Because chances are things are gonna get very stressed and very heated, and you are going to spend a lot of time together. So this needs to be someone that you know you can work well with, and especially work with under pressure, because things will be said, right? There's nodding over here. Just hopefully it will get better, but there's a lot of stress and pressure when doing big international cosplay competitions. So just keep that in mind if you want to enter for something like this. If you're entering in a smaller, let's say regular contest, it doesn't matter as much, but it still applies that you should choose someone that you really want to work with. Storyline. What is the main focus in your skit? Is it going to be an epic fight sequence? Is it gonna be a romantic scene, or a really good dance choreography, or what is it that you want to do and show in your skit? Most cosplay skits have a time limit. In my experience, this is 2.3 minutes, which is not a long time to actually develop a story on stage. Take a normal play where the actors have like 2 hours to show you a character, to develop said character and really get you into the story and the mood of the whole, where you have less than 3 minutes to do this. Do you need to pick something up? Okay. On a cosplay stage. So it's a good thing to find out what it is that inspired you to do this. It's a good thing to find what inspired you to do this skit and to keep your focus on said thing. As I said before, either is it a fight, is it a dance? Are you gonna play on a flute? I don't know. So the time limit, of course, also puts a limit on your opportunities in terms of what you want to show the audience, because you do not have the time to tell, again, a 2-hour movie story in less than 3 minutes. It's just, well, I guess somebody can, but damn, it will be a lot. Even though you have this time limit, the audience have to know what's going on in your skit. So you have to explain where your characters are coming from in some way, because chances are most people in the audience will not know whatever character you're cosplaying. There is actually a saying in the theater world that the audience is dumb. And now, no, this does not mean that the people in the audience are unintelligent or that they do not understand things. It just means that you, as a creator, have to remember that they do not know the story of your character. So you have to sort of explain in the beginning to the audience somehow or throughout your skit why you're doing what you're doing on stage. Back in 2013, I did a Once Upon a Time cosplay skit together with Lupin. And here we had the introduction where you meet the two characters, Rumpelstiltskin and Snow White. You are introduced to the problem that Snow White needs to find her prince, and Rumpelstiltskin offers her this help, but she doesn't want it. So that takes us into a middle part where there's a fight scene and some stuff, which leads on to the end where Snow gives in and take the help from him. And here we did use the whole post-it note thingy where we wrote down ideas to stick them up and see where we wanted different things to be. So we had the start, the middle, and the end. Oh yeah, and fun fact, Lupin almost tore my wig off during that performance on stage. Thanks, babe. From the beginning, when planning a cosplay skit, it's a good idea to keep in mind that your costume may limit whatever you want to do. Somebody's nodding over here. Because say you're wearing a huge ass ball dress, maybe doing a big fight scene is not the ideal thing. Or if you've made a jacket that stops your arms from going higher than this, it limits you, and it's so nice to keep that in mind from the beginning so you don't get to the end of your costume progress and the convention with the cosplay show is tomorrow and whoop-de-doo, you can't lift your arms and you got a big fight to do. No. Next thing we're going to talk about is music. Music in a skit is my absolute favorite part to do, and for me the music is where it all comes together. The music will decide the tone of the skit. It will take you from being really dramatic to very slow and sad, or very upbeat to being very like low beat. Yeah, it can change the mood like that in a skit and really underline the feelings that you want to come across when you're performing. You can either record your own lines if you want to do that for a skit, or you can have somebody else record for you. You could do a skit without any talk at all. It's a little bit more difficult because then you have to transcript all of your story through body language. It's possible, but it's a bit more difficult. And then there's the really difficult choice where you edit together lines from the film, the anime, the show, whatever you're doing, which it can work out, but it can be very tedious. For a Star Wars Clone Wars skit I edited together lines from over 50 different episodes because we wanted the dialogue and we didn't have the opportunity to record, and it took time. Let's just leave it at that. So in general, editing music is like that's a video on its own, because that's like a big thing to do, and the way that I do it, I do not really know how to explain, because I just kind of open Audacity, which is the program that I like to use, and just cut on and go crazy. So there's a lot of good tutorials on YouTube on how to edit music, so I suggest you look up some of that, or you can write different cosplayers that you have seen do performances with great music. Ask them how they edited together or what they did to get the music. Yeah, that's it. So when you're on stage, there are different things you can do in terms of acting. Now, the first thing that I would advise you to have focus on is how you move as your character. Because let's say that you're cosplaying a Disney princess, then you should probably not walk like a zombie from The Walking Dead. And vice versa, if you're cosplaying a zombie, then maybe you shouldn't be the most royal looking potato ever. Unless that's what you're going for in your skit, of course, then by all means go crazy on being a royal potato zombie. Yeah.
I would love to see a royal potato zombie.
Here you go. When saying your lines on stage, either if they are pre-recorded or if you're saying them live, always articulate. Because if you're not articulating, the audience will not know that A, you're either the one talking, or B, they will not be able to understand you. So even when recording, remember to articulate. Yes, I should take my own advice. Focus on stage. While you're on stage performing, do not let your mind wander, and please don't be the person standing in the background when you're not on in front and center, just kind of drifting off, thinking about the pizza you're gonna have once you get out of this very tight corset. Because trust me, the audience will spot you straight away, standing in the background, just casually staring into thin air. So even if you're not talking or doing anything on stage, you're still in character and you're still doing a show. So just keep that in mind. Try to fill up the space of the stage that you have, so you're not just standing still throughout your entire performance, because that's a good way of keeping the energy up. It's just moving around a bit, especially if you're doing a solo performance. If you're just standing the same spot throughout the entire performance, it can be very boring to look at. Jesus. Because the audience only have you to look at, and if you're not doing something, of course if there is a reason for why you're standing still, then fair enough. By all means, keep standing, but try to move around a bit. A little bit. Always have a plan B when you're on stage. I like to, as I said, have a plan B every time I do a performance. Just go through your skit and think about what can go wrong, and if said thing goes wrong, what will I or we do? Or it's like, show must go on, and there's nothing better, like as an audience member or as a judge even, seeing someone who fucks up on stage or who makes a mistake and they just keep carrying on, like they save it and they keep going. Because if you stuck and have that look of just dread come over you, it's heartbreaking, and the audience will know that shit happened. So just pick up and fight on. It's like, even if something goes wrong and you save it, chances are the audience will not even know something went wrong. Like, I've had that so many times. Like, I'm the person who always messes up the dance choreography, or I knock something over, or I forget my line, or I forget where to be in a skit, because I'm a potato. That's what I do. But because I always have such amazing cosplay partners, we just keep going, and that means that the audience will not get to notice that you just messed up a little bit. The last but most important thing when doing a cosplay performance: enjoy it. Enjoy your time on stage and have fun with it. Because like, the audience truly, and trust me, truly want you to have a good time up there, because you're cosplaying their favorite character and they want this character to come alive and have a great time. They want it to go well and they want you to do well. So just believe in that and believe in yourself and have fun with it. I hope that my rambles and mumblings here can be of some use to you, and that you got just a little bit out of it. And just go out and do you do you, and have fun. Okay? Yes, awkward potato out.